Well, another day, another niece, another blue car. This one's a late 2020 Kia Soul from the GT line. The difference between this car and the Honda Civic I did was that 3 months ago I detailed this car, and you can see hopefully that there are still no swirl marks or scratches from since the last time. I did a full compound with the one and done plus one coat of To The Max wax. That's all I had time for. I've got a little bit more time today, so I'll most likely be going over it with the ceramic graphene paste wax as well. I know she just said she wanted a wash, but that's just me. It's just as dirty, almost, as the Civic. No brown walls, but they are definitely gray and dingy. Those are going to clean up nice. They did the last time. You can see all the splashed up dirt from driving in the rain. Over down the back door, it kind of looks like it was still beating a little bit. Another gray tire. But all in all, it doesn't look too bad for no maintenance for 3 months, except for maybe an automated car wash. I think she does go through those. So here's the initial walk around. Can't see the dirt quite as well, but you can see just how dirty it is because of the wiper mark in the back window. So I will get started. I will wash this. I'll give it a post-wash inspection to see if it needs polished again, which from what I'm seeing so far it won't. So this will just be a wash and wax. And as a bonus, I will include the secret to removing the ceramic graphene paste wax easily, with no difficulties, no problems, and no drama. I'm going to kill the camera now and get to the wash. Okay, car's been washed. It's all rinsed off. I wanted to show you this shot. It's just been pressure rinsed, not sheet flooded. And you can see that the Max Wax is still trying. I mean, there's still some there. Got some spots that are mostly dead. Got some real slow sheeting. But it is kind of still there. That's after 3 months, 3 full months of all sorts of weather. The sides are about the same. A little bit of beating, especially towards the top. It's doing a little bit better than the hood, but not by much. The roof isn't bad, but it's definitely time for a reapplication of something. Once I get the car dried off, I'll be able to better inspect the paint job to see if there's any swirls or anything, because I don't know if you noticed it, but from the dirt on the sides of the car, people do lean on this car while it's dirty and while it's not dirty, and that's a really good way to cause scratches and swirls. So what I'm going to do next is shut the camera down, flood rinse it, dry it, and then do a quick inspection. Okay, the wash is complete. It's dried. Everything's clean. The air compressor was cranked up and all the crevices blown out. The wheels and tires are clean, but as you can see, they're just a clean black. They don't look anything special or spectacular. There are a few water spots, probably from a sprinkler or something from the way it looks like on the door. Those might need a polish to come out. I don't know yet. I'll have to try it. But technically, this is all my niece expected. Just a wash. Didn't expect anything else. Would be happy with this. But as a detailer, this is where you got to make a judgment call. somebody comes to you for a basic wash, do you just do that, or do you do a little bit extra to make your service a little more valuable to a paying customer? Now, I'm not getting paid for this. I volunteered my services. Actually, my wife volunteered my services, and she said, go ahead if you want. Well, I was bored, I needed something to do, so here we go. But you've got to make that judgment call. Now, doing the windows should not be an extra. Some people say that's an extra, but I still have to do the windows, both in and out. I have to make the choice of, do I use a spray wax? Because during the rinse, I showed you that the Max Wax is pretty well finished. It's still trying to fight, but it's for all practical purposes gone. If you look at the sun, which is now out, I really don't see any defects that a non-car person, a non-detailer would see. So this car does not need polishing except for that one door, possibly, where the water spots stayed and stuck. So do I just put a spray wax on it, or do I break out the polisher and give it a full coat of the ceramic graphene paste wax? I think if you've watched my videos long enough, you know that by now I'm going to pull it into the garage, into the shade, break out the buffer, and give it a complete coat of the paste wax, because that stuff is very quickly becoming my favorite. It's extremely easy to use, and from what I've seen in the last 2 weeks on my wife's car, it is exceptionally durable. I haven't had a chance to wash it yet, but I was asked early this morning how it looks today as compared to the video a few days ago. And a non-car person from a few feet away would think that the car is perfectly clean. That's how well it looks. The gloss is still there, the shine is still there, the reflection, the depth, it's all still there. But a detailer up close will tell you that car's filthy. So give me a few minutes, I'm going to pull it into the garage. I will apply the paste wax, and then I'll let you in on the secret to removing it easily. See you in a few. Okay, I've moved to the garage. The entire car has had wax applied to it. I'm going to do a quick walk around, and in this walk around is the secret that I promised to let you know about how to make the ceramic graphene paste wax easy to remove. The exterior glass is all clean. It's been waxed. The wax has been buffed off. Same with the roof. I did the roof, that way I'm done with the ladder. No more killing the knees, as is everything above the trim line at the base of the windows. That's all been taken care of. Once I remove the wax from the rest of the car, I'm going to clean the windows on the inside, wipe down the door jambs with the ceramic 3-in-1 detailer, and then I will do a walk around, assuming the sun is still outside, to show you the whole car. But like I said, in this clip here is the secret to making the ceramic graphene paste wax easy to remove. Now, I know you probably can't tell in a lot of spots, but if I zoom in here, you can see there is wax on the car from the polisher. I'll be back when I'm done to show you the results and let you in on the little secret, plus a tip that's, I think, worthy and should be followed with any wax. See you in a bit. Okay, we're all finished. It's outside. The sun probably isn't going to come out, but it has been washed, waxed, Tires cleaned, windows inside and out, with the outsides also treated with the ceramic graphene paste wax. Tires, graphene acrylic tire shine. Looks pretty good. The water spots that were on the passenger rear door came out when I waxed it, probably from using a polishing pad to apply the wax. Okay, now's the time to ask if you figured out what the secret is. It's not exactly the 2 towels that I had laying on the hood, although that is a tip that Turtle Wax doesn't mention. Most wax manufacturers don't mention it, but on waxes that do not need the damp towel, dry towel removal, using 2 towels is still a good idea. The yellow one was for the major wax removal. The big blue one, which is extra plush but not super fuzzy, is for what is known as a final wipe. I do both at the same time. I apply the wax to the entire car, let it cure for however long, and then I remove it panel by panel. First, with the yellow cloth, I remove it from the entire panel. Once I'm complete removing it, I take the blue one and give it like I said, it's what's known as a final buff. That makes sure that there are no streaks, smears, high spots, missed spots, anything. It gives you the perfect finish. So I always recommend on any wax, with the exception of the Hybrid Solutions ones that already tell you to use 2 towels, that you use 2 towels. In this case though, both of them are dry, and the blue one at the end, is clean enough. You can use it on a couple other cars before it needs washed, because all it's doing is picking up little minor traces of wax. There's hardly anything on it at all. You could probably use it to clean windows and not get them smeary. But the real secret was, I'm sure you noticed that you couldn't see the wax on the car until I zoomed in. The real secret is to apply it so thin that it's difficult to see on the car, because the modern waxes are designed that way. If you put a ton of wax on there, one, you're making it harder on yourself. It's not the wax's fault, it's the detailer's fault for applying it so heavy. Number 2, they're designed, but whatever wax is left on the car after you buff it is microscopically thick. You can't actually see it there. It's almost impossible to measure. So the secret is to apply as thinly as possible, which is why I recommend a buffer or a polisher for wax application. Sorry for being a jerk and saving that to the very end, something that I've mentioned before and is kind of obvious, and all the manufacturers say apply thinly. So hopefully, my sister-in-law is the one driving the car. Hopefully when my niece sees it this evening, she'll be happy with it. Thanks for watching.